All right, people. Look, I know that I teach a lot on how we're tired of working for others and how we should be enthused to work for ourselves, owning our own business. Yes, I teach sometimes on uh, being motivated to have your own, to own your own, and not working for others or renting from others. You're losing more money renting, borrowing. You see what I'm saying? You're losing, you're being drained for working for others. You're emotionally drained by working for others. You're financially drained for working for others. You're not getting paid fair for the most working for others. You see what I'm saying? The list goes on. So I try to teach people by owning your own business or getting your own business. But here's something I want you all to think about. For those who work for people, who have a job, who have to go to work, working for others, I want you all to think about something. I have to be careful what I teach and who I'm teaching to, right? Because owning your own business is not for everybody, okay? Here's a prime example. This is something about the farmers, but it's overall for everybody. But this is an example. Now, I want you all to think about it. As an employee, working for a company, working for others, how are you enthused right now working for others? How are you working? Are you appreciated? Or are you taking your job, your daily getting up in the morning or getting up at night? Are you enthused? Are you moved? Are you driven to go to work and do your job? This isn't a prime example of those who may not be capable of having their own business. Listen, often workmen never rise above whatever job they may have because they have no drive. They slow down, work slowly, poke around, sit down, and rest as much as they can. Huh? In other words, they must have a boss over them to drive them, or they would probably starve. This is for the farmers as an example. They would never become successful farmers. For a farmer to succeed, must get up early and work late and drive himself. That is one reason so many must work for others. They cannot rely on themselves. Huh? Come on now. They must be driven by one of more energy and purpose. Without energy, drive, constant propulsion, a person need never expect to become truly successful. Come on now. I have co-workers who love to call off, make up excuses why they can't come to work, need others to help them get to work. Huh? They get tired. They get irritable. Heck, even when they show up, they're not even moved to work with all enthusiasm. They do a little bit to show that they can work or do the job, but they're not driven to be successful with what they are assigned to do. People don't want to come because they don't like somebody or because they feel that they're not getting paid enough. They feel that they're being overworked or whatever. But think about it. For worksmen who have this mentality while working for others, how are you going to work for yourself? How are you going to be your own boss when you can't even work for man? Think about it. If you was your own boss and you had a crew waiting on you to open up 4 in the morning, you have to get up 2, maybe 3 in the morning to be at work before your crew. If you hit the alarm, ding, 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 oh, whew, this is your mentality. Oh, well, I got people there. I'm my own boss. I ain't got to get up. And you hit the alarm and you go right back to sleep. But yet your crew is waiting on you. You're the leader. You're the head. They're waiting on you to open up. You have the key. Open up and get things going. You're there to set an example. You cannot be a leader if you have the tail mentality. You show up 2 hours late while your crew is there. They done missed 2 hours of pay waiting on you because you got the mentality, I don't care. I'm my own boss. Don't nobody tell me what to do. But your crew is waiting on you. So you show up. Now you still got to pay them for even showing up. But you have the attitude that you don't have to pay them because they didn't work. But they didn't work because you weren't there. You see what I'm saying? So you show up and you have this attitude, I don't care. I don't know what. Now you done lost your business because your workmates can't even trust you as the boss. So they go and leave and they work for somebody else. Now you got to close your business down and you hold mad because now it's all about I. And you don't want to see your problem. Now see, I'm just saying, I'm putting all that in because this is a person who works for people with this type of mentality. They have this self-exhaustion, ego mentality. You cannot be a boss when you have this selfish mentality and don't care about no one but yourself. Then you run your own business. You work for yourself. You cannot have a crew if you have this selfish mentality. Now, if you are someone who works for someone and you have this selfish mentality, it's no way in heck you could think above what you are doing right now. That's impossible. Now, that's for everybody who keeps saying they rather have their own business but can't even handle working for people. You look at how people are running their business. You look at how people are so-called leaders and managing other workers, and you see it. You work for people and you soak all that in and you live and learn and you jot down the things that you should do and the things that you shouldn't do when you do get your own business. That's why we work for people right now. When we work, God watch us and see how we're handling working for man. And when we pray, when we set aside what we need to do, we live and learn. And by the time God bless us when we're ready, boom, with our own business, our own corp, then we will be satisfied. We will be appreciative. And we will learn from the mistakes of working for other dodos. And now we're in the position to be right as business owners. And we will treat our workers who work for us with respect. We would get up 2 in the morning even though we open at 5. We would get up with all enthusiasm. We won't hit that alarm selfishness and say, well, I don't care. Yeah, I got my own business. They work for me. They do what I say. I get there when I get there. We will have that leadership mentality, and we will be moved and drive to appreciate what God has given us finally in our own business. God is not going to give no one anything knowing that they are not capable of handling. Everybody want this. Everybody want that. But are you truly able to handle it? Are you capable of handling it? God is not going to give no one anything that's also going to put harm to others. What? That's selfish. So this is for those who I teach to aim at owning your own business, working for yourself. But I wanted to be careful because I want people to understand, if you're not able to handle working for someone, you are not going to be able to handle working for yourself and having others work for you. Shalom.